Shalom. First of all, I'd like to start by giving all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the Archeum doing this work in sincerity and in truth. My name's Amar Kwam. Just gonna do a response video to the man that names himself Sakari. His video is entitled Jesus Christ is a Black Identity Extremist, which is nothing but a damn lie. And a lot of brothers have done edifying videos, and I just wanted to give my 2 pence. So anyway, the point is, say what he was and not what he wasn't. That Esau continues, as he always does, to manipulate the minds of the people, and especially dumb, hard-headed Negroes, who always have ignorantly fashioned or made popular whatever agenda the elites had. And behind all these movements and things going on, Esau was always the underhand pulling the strings of the people, while in their ignorance they believed that Esau never had any influence on the decisions that they make or made. So by calling yourself these terms, which are basically made up, once you embraced it, Esau will dictate the definition and negative connotations attached to it, and exactly what it means. And hard-headed Jake always falls for the trap, thinking it's something he should embrace. Now this guy is teaching under the guise of being ready to accept that Yahweh Shai was spoken of negatively, that therefore we should start identifying ourselves with these terms, which are nothing more than devices that Esau set up that to control, right? Infiltration, man. Which Esau's got certain men that are set up to teach certain things, and then you got other Jakes that are just damn ignorant, which it doesn't matter which one you are. What matters is we're here to bring out the truth, man, that Yahweh Shai is not as you describe, all right, through your ignorance. Our job is to appropriately associate ourselves with our true identity. We're not Christians. We're not Black Hebrew Israelites. We're not Black identity extremists. We're Hebrew Israelites, man. All right. And how do we appropriate ourselves? Through the truth of the scriptures, man. Broken down in the correct way, man. And this is couldn't be further from the truth. Okay. We're not associating ourselves with bywords, which are just inappropriate terms. And when you have people trying to identify us as anything but who we are, we show them the truth and correct them. And Apostle Gabar in his video showed you one of the great titles of Yahweh Shai, all right, which he was a lamb, the Lamb of God, all right, which a lamb is a very humble animal. It's not a very aggressive animal, all right. We're not no guerrilla Hebrews, man, all right. We were described as being sheep. So anyway, us brothers in the truth that know better, we don't associate the Lord or ourselves with these terms. Couple questions to pose to yourself: was the prophets calling themselves Christians? Did the prophets affiliate themselves with these other terms? Did they push this term upon themselves, or was it complete slander and blur of their identities? And I think you'll find that the latter is the truth, man. That it was just a negative connotation, man. It was a word that the people that hated the prophets would call them, all right? Therefore, today you get the definition of the followers of after Yahweh Shai. However, the name that was placed upon them was a byword, such as the word Christian. All right, they weren't calling themselves Christians. They were just simply followers after Yahweh Shai, man. Men who believed, fellow brethren, fellow sheep, man. All right, that followed after the Lamb. But anyway, man, another question is, did Paul allow the people to call him Mercurius. I can't pronounce the name that well. Mercurius, if that's how it's pronounced. And the answer is no, man. And we're going to prove that point in Acts 14th chapter and 11th verse on down. It says, and when the people saw that Paul had done what Paul had done, they lifted up their voices, saying in the speech of Lycaonia, the gods are come down to us in the likeness of men. Yeah, that's because Paul had basically performed a miracle through the Spirit Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai in healing a man. All right, and the people basically was there looking at him like, "Rah, you're a god," and they tried to attach or associate the prophets with the idols. All right, the gods are come down to us in the likeness of men, and they called Barnabas Jupiter and Paul Mercurius. All right, and that's easily done by you people out there trying to assume that the name of the Lord doesn't matter. Let's just call him Jesus the same way. Let's just call them the men of the Lord Christians. Let's just call yourselves Black Hebrew Israelites. It doesn't matter. Call me what you want. No, it does matter, man. And we're gonna correct every time you push some negative vibration, man. We ain't so-called black people, man. All right, we ain't black people. All right, we're Hebrew Israelites, not Black Hebrew Israelites. Get it right, man. All right, we're here to correct you people, as did Paul and the other teachers of the truth, man. Barnabas. So it says, and they called Barnabas Jupiter and Paul Mercurius because he was the chief speaker. Then the priest of Jupiter, which was before their city, brought oxen and garlands unto the gates, and would have done sacrifice with the people, which when the apostles Barnabas and Paul heard of it, they rent their clothes. They was mad, because they didn't associate themselves with idolatry or any of the mental connections that the people had towards their gods and their worship in comparison with the God of the prophets. So they ripped their garments, they tore their clothes in anger, showing you how seriously they opposed such an idea or such a mental connection or association. I'll continue on. It says, and ran in among the people, crying out and saying, Sirs, why do ye these things? We also are men of like passions with you, and preach unto you that ye should turn from these vanities. And that's all it is, a vanity. Teaching that we're anything but who we truly are, and the name of the Lord is whatever you want, Jesus. That's a vanity, man, because that's not unto edification. That's unto confusion. All right, and there's no profit that can come from it. It's in whatever you're doing is in vain. All right, and by teaching those things, you're basically associating us, the truth, with lies, basically. All right, that we're okay with everybody having their own opinions, rather than going according to what the scriptures say and the truth. Because you got guys who believe in various different things, man, who so-called claim that they believe in Yahweh Shai. That's why Yahweh Shai even said himself, many shall come and say, Lord, Lord, have I not prophesied in your name? And so forth, roughly paraphrasing, man. So there's men that have the name of Yahweh Shai, but the Lord's going to declare that he never knew them. All right? And like are the such people who teach these things, okay? So association is the problem with with these terms is that people will get us confused with those guys out there teaching these vanities. So anyway, to save time, I'm not going to go too deep into the definition of association. Briefly, I'm going to read a definition I found. It says, a group of people organized for a joint purpose. Okay? And we don't associate ourselves with these other Israelite groups out there that teach that, the name of the Lord don't matter, that we're black Hebrew Israelites, the name of the Lord is Jesus, or you can use the name Jesus or whatever name you want. It's not important, and definitely not that Yahweh Shai was a black identity extremist. All right, we're not ignorant of Esau's devices, as you people are when you fall for these terms, these negative terms, such as identifying yourself as black, which is nothing but a negative term that you place upon yourself and embrace for Esau to run amok with you, man. All right, so yeah, better know that us brothers at Great Millstone, we're not a group of people that organize ourselves, for the joint purpose of just plainly teaching the Bible in our own opinions. Okay, we're not associated with what may be taught as popular consensus that everyone may agree with, man. All right, we come according to the scriptures. We're not according to our own vain opinions. Now, just to further that point, man, because there's other synonyms with the word association. Union, we're not in unity with these other groups. Let me see. Well, an amalgamation, man. Just a whole collection of different groups out there that want to teach whatever they want in their own words, according to their own hearts. But as long in their opinion, as long as we're all teaching the Bible, it's okay. Well, the Bible disagrees, man. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai and the Spirit disagrees. Let's see. Anything else on there that I want to get? Affiliation. All right, we're not affiliated with these other guys, man. So let's go from here to Romans 16 and 17, which says, now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. Yeah, man, avoid them, meaning to stay away from them. These things are only to your destruction, brothers, man, and it adds confusion, which, the scriptures tell you that the Lord is not an author of confusion, and that's why we're here to correct these vanities. So continuing on, I wanted to address the word vanity and its antonym, all right, the opposite, which the opposite of vanity would be modesty. So we're going to be looking up the word modesty. So from here, let me do exactly that. Let me type in the word modesty. Bear with me 1 second, brothers. All right, the word modesty, the quality or state of being and assuming in the estimation of one's abilities. Let's see, meekness, humility. All right, I'm just going through a few words here. The one we want is in the definition is number 3. It says behavior, manner, or appearance intended to avoid impropriety, or indecency. So this idea that Yahushua was a black identity extremist is inappropriate, man. Improper. It's indecent. All right, it's vain. And for you to avoid that, then you would have to let go of this vanity, man. And we know that this guy Sakari, he's definitely been called out on being indecent and improper towards the apostles. All right, he lacks modesty towards the apostles, and if he embraced the apostles and that which they teach, he could have avoided this humiliation of rebuke, man, and correction, because he wouldn't be putting out such vanities to cause confusion among the flock, man, because of association and the mental connection that people have when they hear these terms. So like I said, man, let me see if I can get some more information. Bear with me one moment. Yep, when you go back to the definition of association, in number 3, it says a mental connection between ideas or things. We're not interested in teaching what you're teaching, because Esau will control the narrative and the direction of the minds of the people when they hear these terms to demonize us, man. All right, which we know Esau is the devil. All right, and the author, Esau is the author of confusion. So whether you like it or not, you're just basically trying to cause confusion among the elect, man. But you know, we see it, and Esau can't do it, man, against us. You know, if they could, the scriptures tells you they would deceive the very elect, but they can't. So enough said. You know, the point's pretty much proven. From here, just want to make a couple points. You know, we've gone into the word modesty, we've gone into the word association, you know, and the point's been made, man. So this is the indication of a novice level understanding, and people trying to make a mental connection with things that are not to be connected. You know, and in my advice, as we all should be, you know, just have modesty and humility, both towards the spirit and knowledge of the truth, and towards the men, you know, the apostles, which the apostles of Great Millstone are set up in the spirit to teach us correctly, you know, so that we can avoid such an embarrassing and dangerous assumption. Hopefully, which I doubt it, but brothers, you know, hopefully this video has had, you know, and other brothers' videos have humbled you, man. But definitely through the Spirit of the Lord has edified the body of the hopeful elect. So I hope this video was edifying for you, brothers, and don't fall for these snares on these traps that Esau sets up, and Jacob always falls short of wisdom, because because of ignorance, man, and hard-headedness. And like I said before, if you humble yourself to the Spirit Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and also reverence the apostles for the laborious work, and you know, in truth, in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you won't fall into these situations where you humiliate yourself and put yourself in danger. All right, so with that, I'm gonna say shalom.